Good evening. Hi. Let me just get on. We are live within the group. How's everybody doing this evening? Very excited. Can you hear me? You guys can hear me? Okay. Hi. You all will share on your Facebook tomorrow and go live with me on my podcast at 12 o'clock tomorrow. A little self-promoting right here. So hopefully you guys will be on live. Is everybody subscribed? I hope, and that you'll go live. I was just on the phone with a friend of mine who oversees Allison Armstrong's company. That's who I was just talking to. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Allison Armstrong. She's amazing. So awesome. All right, I'm gonna see who is going to join us tomorrow. A little self-promoting right here. So you guys will be on live. Is everybody subscribed? I hope, and that you'll go live. It's just on my phone. Mine who that is Mo. I think that's you. I'm going to mute you. Armstrong's company. That's who I was just. Okay, there you go. I'm going to mute you. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. How's everybody doing? Very excited. Lots of great things happening. Not sure if you guys were a part of the Robin Sharma, but that was the training that he did. And so lots of great things happening with the company, as you know, and they're still having the best months ever. So around the world, the great things are happening. So I am going to go ahead and get started. I want to be respectful of everybody's time and welcome everybody to tonight's event. We do this call every Monday, and we have it'll pretty soon you guys will see a brand new updated Team YOLO Facebook page. It's very clear and very clean and doesn't have stuff all over the place. So very excited about that. We every week we try to bring on somebody to talk, whether it's about the business or to talk about our products or talk about the opportunity and why this is the best gig out there. And give me some love in there. I'd love to know that you are all with me, that this is the best gig in town. That's what I will tell you. But I would love to know something great that's happened for you guys this week. Anybody want to share before we get started? Anything wonderful that's happened in your life or someone you've met? Anybody have anything wonderful that they want to share? Okay. All right. Rita, I have no idea how to say your last name. So as it
Mannarino.
Mannarino.
Yep.
I say that 5 times. Mannarino. Did you ever get the box I sent? Because I need to send you some money.
Yes, I messaged you. I just got it yesterday.
Awesome. So
Thank you so much.
Let me know the cost of everything so that
Yes.
the gifts. Linda and James did a contest, and Linda asked me, she goes, "Hey, Lauren, would you mind as part of the contest if I gave away some of the IM cards?" I'm like, "Oh, sure, no problem." Little did I know it was going to be 50 sets of IM cards around the world that were going to need to go out. So I was like, okay, I got to send one big box up there to Rita because there are lots of Canadians that participated and run as part of that. So I appreciate you sending those out, and I'll send you back as well for sending that out for me. And there should be a little gift in there for you for your new QNMD, and a couple little gifts in there for you as well. So thank you for doing that. And tonight we are going to speak with Rita, and she is a wife and a mom and a nurse practitioner. She's been married to her awesome husband for 27 years. She's a mama to a 25-year-old daughter, a 17-year-old son, and 2 fur babies. She's a QNMD, an awesome QNMD. I think first time I met her, she had just gone, what was it, SSC? I think that had just gone SSC, yep. And she's from Ontario, Canada, and she's celebrating 3 years with the Juice Plus business. So going for QNMD in 3 years. So I would definitely have on your Snoopy ears tonight to listen to Rita and her success for building an extraordinary team in just 3 years. I had the opportunity to be with her and Carrie Ann and their wonderful team up there in Calgary. So, and just what they were doing. So she says that she first heard about Juice Plus. When she first heard about Juice Plus, she was exhausted. She was working 60 hours a week, feeling tired and overwhelmed. and she had no time to spend with her family and the things that she most passionate to her. So she is passionate about helping families build financial freedom by inspiring healthy living so that they can live their best year free of distractions, of financial stress and burden. And she envisions a world where women are empowered to be the best versions of themselves and never have to compromise their dreams in order to build someone else's. And this is a woman who truly walks her talk. When you're around her, you just want to be around her even more because she's just pure light. And I love watching her with her team and with her upline. They just create a beautiful, beautiful synergy and are really on a mission. So I am going to pass it on over to you, Rita, and let you just go.
Thank you so much, Lauren. My goodness, that was a beautiful introduction. And wow, that made me sound great. I hope I can live up to that. Thank you so much. It is absolute honor to be here tonight. You have been definitely one of the people who have inspired me on this journey. And I've taken in just about every word that you've said over the last almost actually my third 3-year anniversary is coming up on January 28th. And I was just chatting with one of my team a few minutes ago. We did an awesome Ignite the Fire Within interview I did with Chantal, and it was amazing. And you know, that's what lights me up in this business. Like, we are changing lives, and the ripple effect of that has been so enormous. I feel like I'm a different person than I was 3 years ago. And, you know, life is never without challenges. But the beautiful thing about this business that we all like to say is, you know, personal development disguised as a business. It feels like home. It is a place where we belong, where we feel like we have the love and support of the people that we are working with. We get to work every single day empowering other women and men to be the best versions of themselves, to, you know, choose something different if what they're doing doesn't light them up. And that is the honest truth. If your life isn't lighting you up, then the beautiful thing about life is that we get to choose again. You get to choose what lights you up and decide to spend your time on the things that make you happy and light the fire within. And, you know, just, and that's what this business does for us. So my husband and I were talking the other day, and he's like, seriously, it's been 3 years? Had you asked me, it doesn't feel like it's been 3 years. And it's funny because he'll say he's evolved with me during this business and has learned and grown and loves listening in on calls. And I love it because this really is a family business. My family supports me and loves me, and that has what has helped me to get to where I am. The love and support of my family and the love and support of my team and my beautiful upline, and, you know, this whole community, because we are one, we work as one, we cheer each other on as one. You know, I am so grateful that you know, Carrie came into my life the way she did, because it was very, you know, I literally saw a post, and she's a friend of a cousin, one of my cousins. And it was just, you know, one of those things in life that you kind of can't really explain, but I knew it was something I was meant to do. And it's just been something that I'm just so
An
passionate
amazing
doing.
rise to QNMD. You know, we talked about that, this being a call about, you know, what you, I mean, you really decided, you know, like you said, you were overwhelmed. You're working 60 hours a week. You didn't have the time for your family and friends the way that you wanted to. Um, and there's a lot of people who would go, yeah, 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 that's me. I'm the same way. I'm this way. But what's different is you actually, as I talk, you know, that I love to talk about, you actually got off your butt and did something. What
Yeah.
were the things that you did? Because there's a lot of people who've been in the business for a long time, or maybe you're new to the business and like, wow, 3 years, wow, that seems, you know, what was it that you did? What, you know, was it your DMO? Was it your vision that pulled you? What was it that said, I'm going to do this? I'm going for this.
Yeah, you know what, Lauren? Last year at this time, I feel like I jumped in with both feet from the minute I jumped into this business. But the reality is, looking back and knowing how my business has changed, I didn't realize until I had a conversation with Adam that I actually quadrupled my business from like January, February of last year to December. And, the reality is that anybody can do this, like anyone can do it. And what changed for me, um hand on heart, it was my mindset. Like, I just decided that I was tired of playing small. I was tired of worrying about what people thought. I wrote down some top tips, and the one biggest thing is that I decided I was really going to treat this like a business. Like, this was it. I let go of contract work that I was doing that dropped 20 hours of my work life away because of this business. And for this business, if that makes sense, because I knew I needed to give it more, if I wanted to get more. And so I think, looking back, I realized that if you want more, you need to give more. You need to be prepared to,
What does that mean to you? Give more? Because I think there are a lot of people go, well, I'm doing the work.
yeah.
What does give more actually? What does that look like to you?
So, as far as my DMO, it probably has been consistent throughout, but I think treating it like a business, doing whatever it took for me to build 10 out of 10 belief in this business, in this company, in network marketing profession, in myself. That was probably the biggest barrier, truly. I remember the day that I realized it was a push pull for me. I wanted NMD. I was scared of NMD. I was like, I can't be NMD. I'm not that person. I'm not Lauren Law, and I'm looking and I'm thinking that's not me. And then I realized I don't need to be Lauren or Linda or Carrie or anyone else. I need to be me. And I will evolve into the person who is NMD as I go on, this journey. And so I decided to get to work on myself and my mindset and my belief, because the honest truth is, a lot of us want this, but if we really ask our heart of hearts, there's some doubt there as to whether we can truly achieve it. And when I got to work on building that belief in myself and in my mindset, it was like everything shifted. And, we talk a lot about energy and how people can sense that. You walk into a room and you're like, wow, this room feels really dark or dreary. Or you walk into a room and it's like you've walked into sunshine. That is what people feel on the other end of your messages. So if you don't have the belief in yourself and in building this business and in your ability to do it, that's coming through loud and clear in some way through your posts, through your messages. Um, and so building that 10 out of 10 belief, I think, in all of those areas, the business, the product, the company, the profession, but most of all in yourself, and believing that you can, for sure.
Okay, so tell me a little bit more because
So,
I want
making training and events is big, a big part of that, right? And the personal development. So I've always, made sure that trainings and events were a priority in my life. They're in my calendar. My family knows. It doesn't matter if it's my birthday, my kids' birthdays, whoever, anniversary. Great, we'll celebrate around training or the event or whatever, because if I had paid $52,000 for this business, that would be a priority to me. So the fact that I was able to pay $52 for this business and build an empire, is amazing. And so I don't miss trainings and events. And I know we can't be at every single one. I'm not saying that I'm at every single training and event, but I pick the ones that have to be a priority for me, and I am there. And I think that was played a huge part in building my mindset and my belief, and working in stolen moments with personal development. We all need personal development, so it doesn't matter whether you're listening to podcasts, whether you're listening to a book, whether you're reading a book, whatever. If I'm in my car, I'm listening to a podcast or Audible. If I'm doing laundry, if I'm cooking, if I'm cleaning, if I'm walking, whatever it is, working on me.
to duplicate that because you've built a great team, right? And you're doing that for yourself, but how have you done that to build a great team for yourself? And what would you say are your income, the top three income producing activities for yourself?
Well, I think this is the thing. I used to ask myself, like, how do I motivate people, to do what I'm doing? And I realized that I can't motivate people, but I can inspire people. I can light the way and show them. So one of the things that I started to get clearer on was actually talking to my team and finding out what it was that they wanted and what they felt the barrier to that was. Because if I was feeling fearful and not necessarily believing myself, I knew that I had team all out there that were probably feeling something similar. And so I led by example. I often say I became my own best team. I asked myself, what would I want? Like, if I was bringing on a team that was going to do what I was doing, would that be great? And so if not, then I'm going to amp up my game and be my own best team and show people what's possible, because none of us have enough time for all things, but we make the time for the things that are in our priority in our life. And as Lauren said, when I started this business, I was working 60 hours a week and I was exhausted. But if not this, then what? You know, recently, and I think it was, I don't know who recently said, like, really, I think it was Kira, your excuses are your reasons. It's exactly why. If you don't have enough money, don't have enough time, that's exactly why you want to be at trainings, at events, why you want to do this business.
I love that. I love that. So, so you say trainings, you doing
Yeah.
the personal development. What else? What else would?
Trainings, events, personal development, reach outs. So I make a commitment to myself. What is it that I want to see in my business? And I kind of reverse engineer it. And I work with my team to do the same thing. And, my upline, we work with our team as a whole, to kind of reverse engineer what are our goals. And so what does that translate to every single day? Because the reality is, and I remember Eric Worre said this in GoPro. If you don't do it today, then why would you do it tomorrow or the next week or the next week? And before you know it, it's March and then June and then it's December again. And the year's gone by and you haven't accomplished what you wanted. So if you make how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? If you make those goals small, because if 100 Club NMD is your goal, that feels like it's going to take a long time to get there, and there's going to be challenges along the way, and you give up. But if you make those goals smaller and you reverse engineer it and say, okay, so what I want is this, what's going to get me there is all of these different things along the way, and what that translates to is talking to 5 people a day or 10 people a day, reaching out to people, adding value to people's lives. You get love by giving love. So, making sure that you're genuinely reaching out to people, creating conversations, commenting and liking posts, not just, like and move on or give an emoji, but actually comment on people, be present in people's lives, kind of be interested, not interesting. And that was one of the things also that I really started to pay attention to. What am I saying to people? Who am I contacting? How am I just contacting people, or am I actually interested in their life? And I go back to the previous messages. Oh, last time we talked, their child was sick. So I'm going to ask, how is your daughter now? Or like, so that people understand that you're actually interested in their life and it's genuine. But we get so busy, we sometimes forget to actually, think about people and be genuine with the conversations that we're having.
So tell me one day in the life of Rita.
So one day right now in the life of Rita is I get up. I have it's almost 6 minutes long. It's a mission statement that I wrote for myself, and I listen to that. I have that on a voice memo. So I listen to that. I do my I am statements. I have Lauren's cards on my desk. I listen to a positive affirmation video, and I have them in my calendar. So they come up every morning as a calendar event, with the link that I'm going to be listening to. So I do that. Then I sit down, and we have open office every morning. So I sit down and I meet with our team. We do open office. And then after that, a part of the open office is a bit of a DMO. So I do my posting and I do my reach outs, and I'll do any follow-ups for conversations I've been having. And then the rest of the day, I'm kind of I've learned to, sometimes my kids laugh at me and like, Mom, are you going to put that on Facebook? But the truth is, my life becomes my content. The dogs did something funny, so that's what I'm sharing. Or, you know, had a conversation with somebody about something, and now this happened to me today. And it's like, oh, I can't wait to tell so and so because I know they would relate to that. And I send them a message about it, or I post about it, or do a story. So the day becomes my content, and then at the end of the day I'm kind of following up on conversations and hopefully starting new conversations and inviting people. So, you know, if we're having conversations and reaching out to people but not inviting them, then it's kind of like, so you always want to think about working them through that funnel where you're starting conversations, but you're asking them about them so that you can learn about who they are and what they're looking for, where their pain is. Because the truth is, our business answers a lot of pain in people's lives, financially, health wise, you know. So then I can present this as an option to them, whether it's the business or the products. So
I
following up and inviting.
I love what you said though. You made it really simple. Like when I ask you what's a day in the life of Rita, you were very clear. You know, I think that if anything, that's the one thing that I would have everybody take away from this. You're very intentional with your day. You're very intentional about that. Your day becomes your content, and the content might be something that can help somebody else. You're very, very intentional. So, if there's anything that I'd say that I loved about this, you know, this 30 minutes with you is that that's what you share with everybody. Is there anything else that you want to share with
Well,
everybody?
I guess I would want to say to that too is that, you know, the thing is, I have often said I self sabotage and I procrastinate and I struggle with those kinds of things. And so that doesn't come easy to me. And I wanted to make that clear, in that that has come with work and with time and with commitment to myself. And Robin Sharma actually said something this weekend on his talk, and I just wanted to. There was two things that I wanted to say. One of them was, the door to success opens inward, and so, and you'll never rise higher than where you are now. So if you want to move, you need to change. And then the other thing that he had said was, I'm sorry, um, you grow as a human being when you keep the promises to others and when you keep the promises to yourself. And keeping promises to myself has been something that I've struggled with for a long, long time. And so I've made the decision that I'm going to keep promises to myself, and I am intentional about my day. And it's not always perfect. And we're not after perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect, because it was always, it often was an all or nothing for me. If I did something that wasn't, you know, as part of my, what was in my calendar or whatever, it was like, oh, I messed up, I ruined it. I would do the same thing with healthy eating. And now I realize it's okay to give yourself grace. It's okay if it's not perfect. It's not, doesn't need to be perfect, but be consistent. Do the best that you can every single day. Show up for yourself, because people cannot show up for you if you are not showing up for yourself. So just try, just do it. Do the best you can.
It's damn good. People can't show up for you. Say that again, because that was damn good.
People can't show up for you if you aren't showing up for yourself.
Uh-huh.
And you know, we do that as women, as moms. We do so much for other people, we tend to forget to show up for ourselves. But then we wonder why we're feeling drained and resentful sometimes, and you know, all of that. And so it's so important to focus on showing up for yourself,
You can't
loving yourself.
give what you don't have, right? And too many
Yeah,
people. That's why you want to be on the podcast tomorrow, because Tony Robbins is going to talk about that, and he's going to address that tomorrow too.
can't wait.
Like, I mean, bottom line, it's like everybody's saying the same thing, right? But you're going to hear it a different way from somebody else. But you know, like I mentioned on the podcast tomorrow, my friend, um, his name is Hutch, and Hutch would always say, you shouldn't go clean up the community till you clean up your own backyard. And I think that what I love about you is you really do walk your talk. You know, like how you just like boom, boom, boom about how you do your day, and there's no excuses, right? And I love what Lisa Nichols was just talking about on the accelerator program. Don't tell me your non-negotiables. Tell me your negotiables. because those negotiables are what are stopping you from doing what you really need to do. So what are you saying? Oh, well, I could do that, or I could not do that, and this and that. That's the stuff that's not giving you the momentum to move on. So tell me about the end of this year. When we talk this time next year, what's happened?
Well, NMD is definitely my goal is June 30th for NMD, and I would love to see NMD 39 Club before the end by the end of the year, by December 31st.
Awesome. So you're going to help 6 people get to Six Club, huh?
Yes,
Awesome. Love it. Well, thank you so much, Rita. I've got another special little gift coming your way. So
so much, Lauren.
appreciate you very much, and thanks for joining us, you guys. Tonight we have Dr. Du Bois on right after this on Cheryl's call. So if you guys want to jump on, he'll be amazing. And thanks, guys. See you later. Bye.